Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all the sages and saints of this world, and to you, divine souls, watching today's satsang. Today we will be studying Sutra number 11 from the Sadhana Pad of the Raja Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, narrated by Swami Nikhilananda, myself, commentary by my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj. So today we are studying Sutra number 11. It says, Dhyan heyah tad vrittiyah. Again, Dhyan heyah tad vrittayah. So meditation, dhyan means meditation. Heya is to be abandoned. Tad, there. Vrittiyah, functions. So the meaning of this sutra therefore is the kleshas along with their functions are to be abandoned by the practice of meditation. For this reason we go deep within and try to close the world process from the outside. So these kleshas means afflictions, therefore they are to be avoided, abandoned and transcended. So the explanation is a yogi must keep a constant watch over his mind. See, that's why the study of the mind becomes so significant in this process. Patanjali Maharaj guides us that for the kleshas continue to create impure and gross thought waves that operate in the conscious plane of the mind. And therein lies the challenge, because the unconscious is constantly throwing vrittis or images, and based on which vritti is operating, they create impurities in our mind. So they create thoughts of joy, sorrow, hate, fear, anger, passion and other manifold forms of illusions, and these have come from lifetimes, many lifetimes, and they are all part of that small little micro dot files that are called the your chitta or the unconscious. So they are to be controlled by repeatedly directing the mind to the object of meditation. Therefore you have to train the mind just like you would train a wild horse or a wild elephant. It will be hard work, but once your mind cooperates, your ascent will be very quick. So have patience, have dedication, and this journey is full of bliss if you are properly being guided and following the process with faith. So in brief, the above sutras have enjoyed the following practices in succession, right? Number 1 is the practice of Kriya Yoga as was described in Sutra number 1, thereby purifying the deeper parts of the mind. So purification is important. The second is the practice of meditation, bringing about the control of the effects of the kleshas operating at the conscious plane of the mind. So all this agitation and turbulence settles down when you learn to meditate properly and the mind starts to calm down. Third is gradually bringing about the attenuated state of the kleshas. So the kleshas or these afflictions, as we have been talking about in these sutras for a while now, these kleshas start to get thinned out. Why? Because now you are becoming consciously aware of what they are doing. The pleasure kleshas, the pain kleshas, the fear of death klesha, and egoism klesha, and avidya, which is lack of knowledge, the real knowledge. So when that happens, they start thinning out, which is great news that we are making progress. Ascending the heights of samadhi, which is the fourth step, which is trying to transcend time and space, thereby burning down the root of the kleshas, ignorance, by the fire of wisdom. So that one, which is the avidya means lack of real knowledge. See, we think the world is real, in reality the world is unreal. We think the body is real, in reality the body is unreal, and we don't pay attention to the consciousness, chetna, the God within us. We don't want to, and we don't understand that process, but that is the real stuff. That is where the reality is, and that's what sage Patanjali is guiding us. So our problem is to eradicate these 5 illusions, kleshas that we have. These are sufferings. Kleshas are really sufferings, and therefore we are suffering in this cycle, endless cycle of life and death. So why the kleshas should be abandoned or destroyed is explained in the following sutras by sage Patanjali. I've touched upon it, but sage Patanjali will hold our hand and guide us step by step. So I hope you're enjoying this journey. I hope you're enjoying these sutras. Please send me your comments, feedback, and if you have questions, feel free to approach me as well. I will try to answer the best I know, and whatever I have learned from my Guruji, I'll be happy to share with each of you. But in the meanwhile, stay healthy, stay focused, stay full of devotion, and I hope you keep on enjoying this nectar that has been given to us as a great inheritance by sage Patanjali, and further expounded by wonderful sages and saints like my Guruji. And now I'm trying to do that humble small little work to reach out to each of you, and hopefully we continue this journey. Om Tat Sat.